Hey, Cleveland. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to the nightly exchange on Liberia Watch News. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and just go to YouTube and look for Liberia Watch News. You will see us. You'll see the nightly exchange, and same on Facebook. Please share when you get there. Share the show. Follow, subscribe. It's free. Please do so, and that we're really appreciate it to make let your family members and friends know that we're on um this end of that we're on the end of this word, right? This platform. We're on this side now and no longer on the nightly spoon night politics. But we appreciate all of you who always come here every night to, talk Liberia with us. We appreciate you. We are doing this for Mama Liberia. We love Liberia. That's why we do it. We are not doing it for anything else. We want to see our country, coming to life, so to speak. Um, some Everybody have their own way of how you know they want it to happen for Liberia. So that's why we come on these platforms and exchange ideas and discuss the issue. So we are not here as expertise and stuff. We're here to give our analysis on the issues that are, going on in our country, the good, the bad, the ugly. We're here to talk about them. Hopefully we pray for more good stuff, to talk about good stuff than the bad. But whichever one come out with that day, that's what we'll be here talking about with you. And we really, really, really appreciate you when you get engaged, to the comment section, or you call in whenever we put the numbers up when it's time to call in and make your point on the topic being discussed, on the discussions we will really appreciate it. We want to make this space engaging, not boring. This is an independent platform. It's not for any particular party. So we invite everyone from every party and whatever to come on with us and discuss these issues. We discuss socials, politics, economics, whatever that, is going on and right in our country. It's not, we're not here just in a straight jacket to talk about one topic. No, we talk about it all, and we invite you to or encourage you to join us and engage with us, right? So tonight we're having a guest from the NTA. We're waiting on our guest to come on today. And first of all, we're gonna welcome our people. Welcome Thomas. Welcome Wilson. Um, for those of you who are not commenting, who names I cannot see, welcome as well. We appreciate all of you being here with us. Well, right now, I appreciate all of you, the rest of the guys that come in. So I would just say we appreciate all of you for being here with us every night. I know you're a little shocked to like, oh, they're early. Yeah, we have a guest. Duh. So we're a little bit early. That's okay. But we will get there. Yeah. Wilson, don't start with me so early. Just don't start with me so early. Yes. NTA does not bring new buses. Exactly. We're gonna discuss the buses. I know some people have their own spin on it. Negative spins, positives. Who's better to talk about it than the guys at the MTA, right? So that's what we're having our guest here, and I'm not gonna say his name yet because I want, and his position is until he gets here. So, um, well, come on. That's what I said. Come on, Wealthy. If you want to ask that all questions, come on. As long as your question is about those buses, around those buses, and at the end, it is welcome. So you can come on and ask your questions. That's what we say. I told you when you need a link, just let me know and I'll drop it down for you. So anybody can come on and yeah, ask your questions, whatever you want to know. I'm pretty sure, brother, will appreciate it, and you'll make things clear. You'll make it clear. Um, Other than narratives that are out there, he'll clear. He'll give us the right one. So yeah, we're here. We're waiting for our guests. While I wait for the other guys to come in as well. Um, I'm going to be so we're going to talk about the MTA, and then we're going to talk about the president and the first lady dedicating the renovated hospital today in Bowman County. And we're also going to talk about uh law that the Senate trying to amend a law, the from the laws that say that a corrupt official is free to go after 5 years statute of limitation. I don't know why, but they're trying to amend that law. We're going to talk about that today. My opinion is I don't know why we had statute of limitation on the law. I don't know. Liberia is strange. So we're learning every day as we talk about Liberia. We're learning every day, and I'm very pleased and happy that the Senate is considering that, right? Considering and I hope they will do a lot of those so-called laws that we have in our countries that don't make any sense. To think about amending them, revisiting them, and make it make sense to us, or that would help us to uh, uh, um, stop some of these things from happening, because some of these statutes of limitation on these things make the person to give these people more wings to fly. Like, oh, I can do this, I can do certain things, and after a certain period of time when nobody knows about it, I'm free and I can get away with it. That is a bad idea. I don't think we should. I mean, in this country, whenever you do something, I don't care how long it is, you're going to face the will of the law when you get caught doing. The day they find out you did it, you can be holding crutches or whatever, stick or old push cart or whatever it is. So I don't know why in Liberia they want to make everything so easy for people to be corrupt and people to steal. And then you got people here coming up every time want to be shooting at corrupt politicians. And then when you're talking about, oh, y'all said this and so why you can go arrest the people? Why they, because some of them know that they are past that statute of limitation. I'm to my like, thank you, my brother Thomas. It's just shooing these people. That's what it's doing at this point. And I don't think it make any sense for them to do that. And I'm very pleased that the Senate is visiting, even though some of them have problem with it, that it makes no sense for them to do that right now. But I think it make all the sense there is. If you are against this, I'm looking at you as you have a motive, right? Because we all should be happy about something like this. We corrupt officials should not have statute of limitation. Okay? Because what if someone the government that is there, or the and at the time the crime was committed, the government that is there, they're not going to hold themselves accountable. They're not going to do audit and stuff like that. So After that, the next government come, and if they're not auditing that department, you would not see those things. So it's somebody who had the right, or they always say the political will to do those things. What if it's three government down the line and that person is still walking around, still healthy, still strong? And then they find that out because it's been what, 6, 7 years, so that person should walk free? Nah, I don't think so. But that's what our law says right now. And I was shocked when I heard 5 years. 5 years. Okay, 5 years from the time of discovery, or 5 years from the time of committing these crimes? Which one is it? And I tell you, the answer will shock you. Well, the people that are making these laws, were they serious about our country, or were they shooting themselves? Because I don't think it's about the people that who are there now. Unless these laws were made on the alien government or the we as government, they can say that these they should be blamed for it, right? But if it wasn't, if it was made way before these two administrations came about, then we should ask if those people who have made these laws were shielding themselves. Because if you are in that position making these laws, I think you're thinking about yourself and your internal motive. What you're thinking about doing, you will make that law to suit you, to shield you. So I think those people who were making those laws, they knew what they were doing. Like another one about the legislature making their own salary, deciding on their own salaries. What sense does that make, y'all? How can you ask me, Amy? I'm working somewhere and you telling me, say I should make my own salary. I should decide how much I'm gonna get paid. You think I would sit there and tell you I want to get paid $1? Welcome to it. Welcome to the show. You think I would sit there and want to get paid $1? Of course, I will up my own salary. So I think there should be different group that make this decision concerning those salaries from the legislature. I know they're calling law maker, but that should be the only law that they shouldn't be allowed to make, because it doesn't make any sense if they're being allowed to make their own to decide how much they get paid. It's not fair to the Liberian people. It's not fair to the country. But that is a challenge. Will they also look at that law to amend it? Which I want them to, and I'm pretty sure my brother TV here want them to look at that law and amend it. But will they have the courage to do that? It's yet to be seen. Welcome to the show, Ture. How are you?
I'm doing well. Just came from doing a 10,000-mile walk.
Congratulations.
So I feel really, really good right now. I feel really, really good. But how are you?
You're not going to catch me walking down my steps 2 times. No, not me.
It's good. Trust me. Try it. Hiking is a new thing. If you're not hiking in 2025, I don't know what the heck you're doing with your life. All right? You need to keep it healthy. You need to keep it looking good, right? I'm telling you.
I like my chubby cheeks more.
Well, trust me. Guess what? You can actually, it's nothing. Look, you are as beautiful as it can get, right?
Oh, stop.
You really don't need to do that much. Effortlessly beautiful. You know what I mean?
Oh, my God. It's flattering me, guys.
But trust me, there's always room for improvement. There's always room to, I don't care how healthy you are. There's always room to add a notch to it.
I know.
I always encourage people to and there are all the other people that I see that like the Vasco of the world. I'm born football player, so I helped it. I've been playing football since.
Huh? Nancy Vasco stomach get my own. Who might get 2 babies.
But Vasco born healthy.
He even get 1 baby yet, but he say he play football.
And I really call Vasco because I'm seeing I'm
he's right here talking nonsense.
He's in the comment section.
That was a good target. you should.
Oh, but when I can target my target. Vaz, we need to see you on the platform soon, man.
No, you always like to come and be acting like a clown in the comment section.
Yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a good start to the show. I saw I hit you on our lawmaker there.
Yeah,
I call them noise makers.
I was talking about they try to amend the statute of limitation law. I don't know if you ever heard that corrupt officials, whenever they commit these crime or corruption, you have 5 years. If no one catch it in 5 years and you didn't get prosecuted, you're free to walk with that money. Whatever thing you did wrong, you're free. So they're trying to amend that law. So that's what I was talking about. And I also throw in their salary too. I'm challenging them to do that, but will they do it? What do you think, Ture?
Well, of course not.
While we wait for our guests.
Of course not. They're not gonna do that. But first thing first, let me send a shout out to some of our viewers here. Hey, right. Thomas, what's up? What's up, Thomas? Thomas Kume, what's up, brother? Wilson Johnson, what's happening? Vasco Sumo, what's happening? Vasco Wilson Johnson, what's happening, bro? What's going on with you? And it's cool about other people, man. I want to say thank you guys for always tuning in and commenting. And definitely, your comments keep us going. It motivates us. You know, dissenting views, obviously, they are welcome. Disagree with us all you want. And we'll also invite you to, you know, to hit the link, right? Hit the link and come on, right? Leave the comment section and come head to head with Amy, face to face. Let's go ahead and do it.
Johnson, bring it on.
You know, come let have this conversation, because Labra, you see, Labra been it, like everybody been it. You know, and everybody we also to be here to talk it. You know, we get talking our own because we on camera, we're trying to be professional. You know, sometimes we can be in no chat room and we on the comment section and do saying something and do, you know what I mean? But it's always good to come and have that exposure, obviously, on camera, and bring sense to the discourse, as Mamadi Jakite will put it. God rest his soul. But yeah, Amy, they will never do that. You know, they'll never do that. That's not part of their MO. Like a wise man once said, that there is no legislation to morality. Okay. You cannot legislate morality. You know, you're either born with it or you pick it along the way through your growth and personal development. But nobody will tell you, say there is a class for moral teaching. You know, yeah, the class will be there. They'll talk about it. Do we follow everything the Quran or the Bible teaches us to do? No. You know, that's part of human nature. We only go with things that comfort us. And anything that will bring discomfort, we try to run as far as we can away from it. So anything that will try to, you know, deflect, you know, their fat checks, that's not something they are willing to entertain. You know? Is that telling somebody who making $10,000 to start making $5,000? Especially in a country like Liberia, where they got all their 16 girlfriends on payroll. What a man will do with $5,000?
That will happen though.
So, I mean, look, you see, I love my country. Liberia is such an interesting country that you don't have to be living in Liberia to understand Liberia. You can literally be living outside of Liberia and understand Liberia more than if you're not even living in it.
Right.
Because everything they do is so pervasive. Everything they do is so, you know, open. Everything they do is imparted by people that don't even live there.
Yeah.
I live in America. I know lawmaker, and I got 3, 4, 5 girlfriends in there. That's where me. And they all getting a late in every month.
No comment.
You know what I'm saying? So you see that when people talking, they start scratching their around their neck.
Like you're doing right now.
You know what I mean? So that's what we have as a country, and we know this. We have nobody in Labrador, or at least no one in mainstream politics that understand how that country works. If you are really submerged into what is happening in the country, to not understand that these are stuff that everybody like is there,
Whoa.
right? I mean, it happened. We're trying to fix it,
I don't
and
think
you know, is our guest ready now?
it doesn't look like it.
Oh, okay, so we'll get him on as, but yeah, but that's exactly what it is. So for a country like bro, what do you encourage a citizen movement, right? Making because like you have to have a mobilization kind of effort from across land and breadth of the country, where people come in unison, agree that this is our demand and this has to happen. That's the only way you can have any sort of change in that area. But leaving it to those boys to make that, those boys and girls to make that determination, nobody gonna do that. Why should I make myself uncomfortable? It's just part of human nature, Amy.
I know.
It's part of human nature.
We do, but sometimes
Princess Harris, what's happening, brother?
We have to think about country and where it's at now. I'm not.
Mariam Bamba, how are you? Amy Thomas says you check your inbox, please.
Yeah, I think I took care of what Thomas was talking about.
Abraham Yang Konunu Lincoln.
I guess that he's ready, but I see his camera off.
Good evening to you, brother. How are you, Abraham? Well, tell the guest he probably listening to us. Let him turn the camera on, and then he can come right in. And that's the deputy director, right?
Yeah, the deputy managing director of administration.
Okay. So I have a guest for you today.
National Youth Congress.
No, I'm just letting our viewers know that we have a guest tonight.
Yeah, I'm ready to bring him on, but his camera is still off, so I don't. Mr. Stevens, can you turn your camera on? Why we bring you on? So we can talk about some MTA today, some buses, and so because what we're seeing looking good, but I mean, you always have the negative spin to it. So who's better to give us the
exactly
the real story?
It's always nice to hear from the house's mouth.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And that one part, you're getting the real information. Yeah, you're getting it from a source of authority. You know what I'm saying? The man got authority over information from that particular entity. So you see, that's the reason why.
So there you are. You unmute yourself.
I didn't want to use the camera.
Oh, you don't want to use? You want it to be off script? All right.
Yeah, but it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Well, thanks, brother. I mean,
we appreciate it. Yeah,
you presents well. So I don't know why you don't want to be on camera, but
I know you look good for the camera.
What? Out there too much. I'll let show you my face out there too much.
Well, guess what, man? Once you are in a public space now, brother, you know what I mean? It's service to the people, brother. But want to appreciate you. They want to appreciate you for coming and obviously engaging us for a couple of minutes. I want to say thank you so very much, brother. I think it'll go a long way availing yourself to your people, especially most of whom are in the diaspora here. To know that we have, our deputy managing director for administration.
Right.
Is that right? Hopefully, I got your I got your position right there. So thank you so very much for giving
Thank you.
Liberia Watch News a time. So
Yeah,
Amy,
we appreciate it. We hardly appreciate it. We you know, we I know you when I talked to you earlier, you're coming from work and it was so late and it was at a late notice when we got in touch with you and you still make time to come on. I really appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure our viewers appreciate it too, like Ture, my co-host, I've already said. So thank you so much, Mr. Sivas, for joining us and talking about these talking about the NTA today. We seen some some things on Facebook today that excited us. I don't know about you, Ture, but I'm excited when I seen that those new buses and stuff that came out. Like, oh, they look good. I want to talk about it. Still, my brother Thomas Kumar was very, something to get me in touch with Mr. Sivas, and we talked about it. He, at a very short notice, he agreed.
very short notice.
So we appreciate you, but first let me play this video for the audience, and we will. But first, can you maybe introduce yourself to the audience, and then we can go from there.
Well, let me say thank you for the invite. And though it was a short notice, but we are public servants and we should always be able to avail ourselves in these kind of circumstances. So I'm Toga Melvin Stephens. I'm the Deputy Managing Director at the National Transit Authority. I also happen to be the National Youth Chairman of the Unity Party. So today I'm here to talk basically about the NTA, where we started from, and what are some of the progress made there, the big news for which you invited me here to talk a little about it. So let me say thank you. Thank you for the great work you guys are doing out here, especially trying to inform our people who are both in the diaspora and those that are in Liberia, trying to disseminate information. We appreciate that so much. And we want to say thank you on behalf of the President of the Republic of Liberia. So sometimes when you listen to these kind of messages out here, he's so excited. Thank you.
No problem. We're just here to tell, to do our part, giving what we see, what we know, right, and not adding anything to it. But we have some, like I told you earlier, this is a platform for everyone. We always have oppositions on here. We have impositions. We have whatever opposition, however they call it. But we're interested in getting the message across the right message and not adding any spin to it, whatever. But first, we're gonna play this video.
This one 6 bus finisher. Six bus finish.
Okay, so Mr. Sivas, first, let's start from here. Give us the actual story behind the current buses, and let's go from there first.
Okay, so I will start like this, and we got appointed at the NTA on February 20th. Our team, that is the MD, Mr. Edmund Paul, the Deputy for Operation, Mr. Noah Zawu Gifting, and myself, the Deputy for Administration. We officially took office on March 1st, where we immediately began to work at the National Transit Authority. But before our appointment, the MD was fortunate to be a part of the transitional team at the NTA. So basically, we have some little idea about what we were going to take over there. And we met the NTA with 5 semi-functional buses. 5 semi-functional buses. When I say 5 semi-functional, what do that mean? These buses needed some major repairs to be functional. So these are the bosses we met there. It was a great challenge with a lot of other bosses who were damaged. Some of them had minor problems. Some of them had maintenance issues. So in our first 100 days, we appealed to the president of Liberia and the government of Liberia so that we could get some spare parts through the first 100 days project. And then we were allotted 300,000 to get some spare parts from India. We got those spare parts, repaired some of those buses, and we started running those 5 buses. Currently, we have about 16 of those buses running. All of the 16, we bought 3 brand new buses from our project, the PSRP project. The NTA administrative building was caught by fire somewhere in 2022 by the past administration. So basically, we have been working from the garage of the NTA, but then we made an appeal during the recast project of our budget. During the recast project, we made an appeal to the legislature to do some allotment of $400,000 to see how we could build an administrative building. Since when we got that allotment, while the procurement processes were ongoing, then the government of Liberia put stop to the no-go zone for motorcyclists. Then the demand for buses increased. We needed to do something immediately. So of that money we have for administrative building, we took $225,000 and got 3 new buses. And those buses added to the 13 buses that we repaired to make it 16. So we currently got 16 buses running, and these were just immediate interventions while we were setting in to get proposals from vendors to see how best we can get in brand new buses. So we got proposal from serious vendors, and one of the most talked about vendor was the Marco Polo. Marco Polo was a company from Ghana that expressed interest in bringing buses to Liberia. If you ever heard about the 300 buses coming to Liberia, NTA say they bringing 300, they can bring it. And these people, part of their marketing strategy, they decided to bring 2 sample buses to Liberia when they brought the buses so that we can assess them. When our technical team did the assessment, we found out that it did not meet the needs of our country. So obviously the Marco Polo deal was rejected. But because the company at the time had a lot of PR and they talk more about the 300 buses, more people anticipate that NTA will bring 300 buses and what have you. But however, we have another company that is the ABK Motor, that is a Liberian company. And we brought a proposal to say that, okay, I can supply the NTA 60 buses. And then you pay me within a period of 1 year. So then we have to go and review that particular proposal, took that proposal to our board. We looked at their financial model, everything that they proposed to us. And then we later found out that yes, okay, we can get the buses, but we cannot pay within 1 year. Realistically speaking, we can be able to pay within 2 years period. So then we have to go to our board, call the ABK Incorporated. We had a meeting.
Can you adjust your audio a little bit? It's going in and out.
Oh yes, I'm using my phone, so apparently I'm getting some notification from social media.
Right. Yeah. So I think every time you get it's gonna.
Yeah, every time I get notification, that's what happened because I'm using my phone. Okay, so we talked to the vendor ABK Incorporated, and then we told them, well, you are proposing to us 1 year for us to pay for these 60 buses, but from all of our indications here in our financial model, our bookkeeping, everything we studied here, it shows that we can be able to pay within 2 years. So then he consented, and then we took that particular proposal to the board because we take an oversight responsibility from our board, and the board passed on that particular resolution. And then the company also needed the what we call the guarantee, the bank guarantee, because it needed to take loan and what have you to supply the buses. We went through all of those process, and we got an authorization from the debt management committee. Had a series of meetings. It was a very long process, but finally we agree. We signed the agreement earlier this year. That was somewhere around February, March. We signed the agreement, and then we've been working tirelessly to ensure that we have those buses in Liberia before the July 26th. But because of the current route that these ships are taking because of the war and what have you, we couldn't get them here for the July 26th. And currently they are already loading those ships as they bring the buses. They put it on the ship. So currently they are putting the buses on ship, and then we are hoping that within the next 1 to 2 weeks, when they complete that, then we'll get a bill of lading. Those videos you saw is actually those buses that are coming to Liberia. So the particular video that you just showed that has the Tata bus, the very big bus, that particular bus is a 62-seater bus. And the NTA will be bringing to country 35 pieces of those buses, the 62-seater. In addition to the 62-seater, we'll also be bringing some 18-seater buses for our feeder roads. Because the 62-seater buses are very long and they may not be able to make a U-turn at certain places, especially on our feeder road. The 18-seater buses will be bringing 20 of them. Those ones we can use it for airport shelter and on some of our feeders road. And in addition to that, we're also bringing 5 cargo truck. The 5 cargo trucks specifically will be intended to move goods for our market women, and some of those are riding the NTA buses because we got to manage those buses, because we got to pay back within a period of 2 years. We don't want people putting low on those buses to get them damaged earlier. So if you are riding the bus and maybe you got some 10 or 15 bag of rest to take to Nima, you can get on the bus, pay the transportation for your bus and go, and then the rest get on the cargo truck, and the cargo truck can take the rest behind you, and maybe at a later date you can receive it. But the cargo truck will be the first of a kind at the NTA. So what we did, we've been having a couple of meetings with the Liberia Marketing Association so that we can see how we can work together as a team, because some of our market women struggle with transportation to bring goods to town. They got various market days in Liberia. If you're in Liberia before, you know what I'm talking about. If you go from the Basel, from Monrovia to Buchanan, you see there are different stopping points. Some people market days are on Wednesday, some of them got it on Thursday, and it's just that all across the country. So these market women go early to go on these market ground to get their goods. But sometimes to bring the goods to town, they have some difficulties because you have taxi charge overcharging them. But once we can get those buses, those trucks to go at these various points, we can be able to bring the goods of market women to town at a very affordable price. And also, while these buses are coming, then you also today saw some I don't know if you saw it, you saw vacancy for some conductor, mechanic, and what have you, because we are in preparation for those buses. So obviously we are doing some recruitment to beef up our current staff, which will be able to help us to run these buses.
All right, bro. Very good. Because look, let me ask this, and I want to interject real quick. If not, you end up answering all my questions before you get
Yeah, because I won't be here alone. I won't go rest or go back to work.
I get it. I know exactly. That's why I decided. I said, if man want just lay all the thing out for us and just give it. But look, we're not gonna keep you here long. But just allow me to ask you these questions before you end up answering everything here before I can even get to it. But look, first.
And I also have a very important question to ask.
You look like at least you sound like a very good sales agent. Have you ever worked in sales before? That's my first question.
Oh, well, and I didn't see much about myself, but and I lecture at the United Methodist University, and I'm teaching business courses there. So obviously I got some background in business.
Okay, yeah, because I'm absolutely impressed, because I mean I did sales and I know exactly where that can come from. But yeah, you can definitely be a great salesman. I can definitely recommend you to any firm for that. But you said something that it grabbed my attention. You said the buses from Ghana, at least the 2 sample buses they sent, you said, and I quote, it did not meet the standard of the Liberian people. And I really wanted to acquaint that, because I wanted to really, really just emphasize on that, how important that is. I know very well Liberia is such, a convoluted system where everything just goes in there. But to have, a deputy managing director, have the women tour, to know that just because we desperately need of everything, but there are certain things that we have to really verify to make sure that they meet the standard of our people who can bring them in the market. So I think that is absolutely monumental of you to say that. Now let's talk about maintenance, because that maintenance you were on, I decided to get hijacking on that.
That was my question. I know. Go ahead.
Well, I think, I'll have to ask that question now, because you wanted to allow him to continue flowing, but
because I want the audience to know. That's why I wanted him to.
No, but let ask that question. I mean, because the man can't just talk about everything and just leave. We need to ask these questions. So it's very important that I ask the question. So maintenance for me is very critical, because you just said when you guys took over, there was 5 functioning bosses?
Semi-functional bosses.
Semi-functioning bosses. Meaning they were functional, but they had a lot of work to be done to even get it on
exactly.
In the streets, right? So that right there tells you that even before bringing these bosses in, that's something we need to work on. So how diligent are you guys actually focusing on that aspect of it? Because you can get them in, but if you don't have people working on them, as they break down, you're just going to be bringing new bosses from administration to administration.
Yeah, so thank you. And when we got at the NTA, most of the bosses that got damaged, they all have fuel injector problem. So we noticed that those bosses were taking fuel out of the NTA compound. They go to the parking, collect the revenue, or portion of the revenue that's supposed to get fuel, then they go on the sidewalk and get fuel. As a result, majority of those buses that were all parking in NTA compounds, they were all fuel injectors problem. And one of those fuel injectors, because it's not sold yet, if you get on the Labrador market, you'll pay somewhere around 4,000 United States dollars. If you're getting it from India, you pay somewhere around 2,000 to 3,000. That's how expensive it is. But majority of the buses were fuel injector problems. So the first thing we did to solve that particular problem was that we had a fueling station in the compound, but that particular thing had been done for years. So we calibrated our fuel tank, and then we got vendors that could supply. Or at the time when we have 5 buses, we got vendor that could supply or credit or fuel or 1,000 gallons a week. And that particular fuel, we get a fuel treatment. As we put it in the bus, we put a fuel treatment in it. And until we calibrated the tank, and currently we are now fueling from the station and from our fueling station in the NTA compound. And we make sure all of the fuel that go in the buses are treated. That's 1. 2. Next thing is we have very good mechanics at the NTA that have been working on those buses and what have you. But then what we did was we added 1 consultant, someone who had worked in that particular field for a very long time and was retired. He's an elderly man. They call him Mr. Holt. He's been working to the NTA for years, but because he reached the retirement age, they retired him. But during past administration, he was sent to Israel for training. He was sent to India for training. So he's there as a consultant. When the buses come from the route, the first thing he go and look at those buses and do his diagnosis and tell the mechanic, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this, and they do that. So besides him, while all of this recruitment that we are doing, we are also trying to get additional independent mechanic. Not those mechanics that go to maybe LORC, or the apprenticeship. No, have independent mechanics who are school in it, who have a lot of experience. And over the past few months, we have succeeded in that. That is, all of our buses have been running. Immediately they come from the field, we check them. If we're supposed to change oil, we change oil. If we're supposed to change air filter, we change air filter. And also, we have our warehouse. In the warehouse, there are some basic things that we cannot go out of in the warehouse because of maintenance. The air filter, the oil filter, the water pump, the thermocharger. These are things that will change. When you change in the oil, you change in the filter. So all of these things we got it in stock. So immediately the buses run this time. It reached a certain mileage, we know we're supposed to change it. Even if it were in the traffic and it reached that particular mileage, the driver knows that this mileage will return that particular bus back to the compound for them to maintain it. Today, 3 of the buses were grounded for that because it just left the compound few minutes and then it reached the time for servicing the brought it back. So we have been working on that, and because of that particular maintenance plan, we can assure all of you that that those buses going to be maintained properly, and also the kind of oil we put in a bus. When we changing the oil, we make sure we get the very good quality of oil to go there. Currently, we are not buying oil from the side. But before, the buses oil will go low and go and say, oh no, oil. Then they run across the road and buy 1 beer bottle of oil and put it there. All of these things will find out these are what damage it. So this is why when people come and say, oh, discount, that other kind, we normally book and say, oh, the other bug get traffic. Me, I can get discount of people like that because all of these things that we're talking about, they are very expensive to maintain those buses. It's very expensive to be getting fuel and putting fuel treatment, to be getting oil, make sure you get the real quality of the oil to maintain the buses. It comes with a lot of cost. And then you got to have a subsidized price for those buses. So most often we ensure that these maintenance plans are put in place.
So sir, we
1 second, let's finish. Is that all your questions?
Yeah, so basically, I see that your approach to this is absolutely it got a lot of intentionality and preparation. It seemed like you somebody who saw this to be a problem for a very long time, and now you have the opportunity now, because that's what I'm getting, right? That's what I'm getting from you. Like, so is this?
Yeah, but just to not cut you off, and the NTA was an entity that nobody wanted to go to. And the management team you see there today, we went down there not because we want to make money, but because we want to leave a legacy that when the president sees and he sees anywhere else that there can be problem to be solved, so that we can go there and solve it. So we will remain there and we'll make that place viable before we can leave from there. I remember the first time I went in that compound as National Youth Chairman of the Unity Party, with all of the young people that depending on me for job. You know, right after election, it's job business. People expect you to go places to give young people job. When we enter that company the very first time, one of the young men behind me told me, say, Chairman, they go have press conference, will tell the president we don't want a job. and he was very serious about it, because the place was like maybe like somewhere that, you know, social grass have taken over the place. People don't actually come to work. Nothing happening there. The bosses can just go run and they call, send the money on mobile money. But because a banner, no, nothing going on there. But because we are intentional about what we're doing, we took that place. We say we're going to change this place, and we are intentional about it. Between now and next year, Day, if I will appear on the show again, you will see the reality of what I'm talking about.
Look, well, I tell you what, I don't need to be a soothsayer. I still have to learn though.
That's still not one have the opportunities. After him, you'll come in.
He'll come in. I don't need to be a soothsayer to actually look into the future. I've been around a lot of brilliant people to understand when you open your mouth to talk on issues, you can see the truth and you can see the intentionality, and everything I'm hearing from you right now is spot on. So my last question to you is, what do you see the entity that nobody wanted to go to? Where do you see it in the next distant future? I'm not going to say next year, because next year will be kind of like, you know, far reach. But let's say in the next 2 to 3 years.
Look, in the next 2 to 3 years,
the service that you guys will be delivering them.
In the next 2 to 3 years, I can assure you that we'll have a cashless transportation system running in Liberia. Currently, we have a lot of revenue leakages, and these are some of the things that we're trying to work on while the buses are coming. We already started soliciting proposals from vendors who can come and provide, you know, set up a cashless system for us to ensure that we'll close some of those revenue leakages. So in the next 2 to 3 years, we will have a cashless, you know, transport system where you can, maybe if it is a swap card, depending on the system that we'll put in place. If it is a swap card, you can preload your card and then get on the bus, get and swap that particular card, whatever fare be deducted from that card. These are things that we're looking out for. So in the not too distant future, don't be surprised when you hear say NTA is now running a cashless transportation system.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Amy,
you
back to
very
you.
much. Justina, you can come in with a question.
For me, I'm a critical thinker. Leaders sitting down on media and giving us all the breaking news, that's one thing. But I'm a realist and I like to go down to the fact. With everything you have said, can we as a people or on this panel, can we send our team on ground to verify this information that you're giving us? That's one. Two, what is the MTA doing to improve the salary of their employees? Because over the years, we see that all the leaders that come to the MTA go with the big check, and all of that. And the employees of that entity are always left behind. We see the employees always protesting for their back pay. What is your administration doing to curtail the situation that has to do with employee not being well taken care of in terms of their health insurance or their retirement benefits or their salary being paid on time? What is the entity doing to improve the life of the employees?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. You know, you asked one very important question, and even if you are not asked, I was going to say it. Asking if you can send your team to verify. You can send your team at the NTA. And I would have just wished if they had come earlier, you know, than now, then they would have really appreciated where we are. But it's good that they come and see the current progress and the current reality there. In the next maybe 1 to 2 years, they come back, they will actually see what we're doing. But all of what I'm saying here to you is something that you can verify. You can go to the compound, you're going to see the fuel station there, you will see the buses taking fuel. You go to the workshop, you will see the mechanic there, people there, you see the consultant, you go to the warehouse, you will see all of these, the very important parts there that people can work on. And about what are we doing about the employees? One thing I always say to them is that the entity, once the entity is viable, obviously the employees who are working hard will be compensated well. Now at the NTA before, there was no health insurance. Currently, all of our employees got health insurance coverage. Currently, at the NTA before we went there, for the past, I think almost 6 years, there are not being any benefit or holiday benefit. Currently, just today, they were distributing the July 26 rice. And since we went there, even for the first July 26, the first July that met us there, we gave our employee rest. December, we gave them rest. This July, we are giving them rest already, and we're giving them small thing for soup can. I'm saying this is that we are not just concerned about, the entity, people, just about ourselves. We're concerned about resuscitating not just the institution, but the employees who are in that institution. So this is why we have been very key on attendance. There were some people who weren't coming to work at all. Those people, some of them being dismissed already. There were some people who were contractors that they owe for 6 months when we went there. In 3 months, we were able to pay those people, pay them off, and say you are contractor, we can't keep you here for the liability to continue on us. When the right time reach, we will put off vacancy. Then currently now we got vacancy out. Some of those people who will be applying now will be some of those people who are contractor that the entity will owing 6 months, we will pay and we have to put in that. When someone apply, we already know they have experience in the job and they will be able to be vetted, go through the process, and also come back to work at their entity. So we are concerned about the employees, but currently because the way the entity was run and the way the people broke that place down, the entity is now under the CSA. So if I am to do any increment for employee, it means that I gotta go to the CSA and whatever government allotted to us, whatever is allotted to us from the government, it got to increase before we can be able to make increment to people's salary. Or maybe somebody be pension and then we got little and that person's salary maybe 200-300, then you can say increase somebody's salary and what if you someone is pension. Obviously, you have to replace that person, especially when the person who is pension is they actually need to be in the entity. So what we are working to do to improve the life of our people is to remove the entity from under the CSA to go back to our SOE status. When we have that SOE startup back, it means that we can now stand on our own, and then whatever the government can give us come as a subsidies, it means we will be managing our employee salary. But currently, we are not managing our employee salary. It's being managed by the CSA because of the way we met the institution. Even ourselves as CSA paying us. So we can't do anything about our own pay. We can't do anything about employees' pay. But what we can assure our employees is that we'll work harder to ensure that we gain back our SOE status. When we get our status, obviously, and there were people that were paid, they were making more money before when the entity was SOE and they were working there. When the entity got broken down, because the entity went under the CSA, they had to cut their salary through harmonization. So they themselves know. And the progress that we will make, and so that we can become independent, will depend on how their lives will improve, how their salary will improve, and what have you. So one thing I can always say to them is that let us work. Let Tony left that place almost 9 o'clock. So it's because of the kind of work we are putting in, we'll get a kind of result. So once all of us can sacrifice, right now we are in our sacrificial time. We're sacrificing to rebrand our institution. We're sacrificing to bring NTA back to its normal status and beyond. So that's what we're doing now. Myself, the salary I'm making, and I'm happy with it, but I got to take it because of the salary that the CSA paying me.
Justina?
Okay, so my final question is that do the administration of the MTA have any intent of extending the MTA transportation to other counties? Because I see you already have a bus going to Maryland, and then Grand Gillette, Nimba, and I think Lofa, and then Bomi and Kipma. So do you intend extending it as far as River Cess, River G? And if yes, then the second question would be, do you have any plan in the future to be able to extend our transportation sector as far as Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana, where we have a lot of Liberians, that a lot of business between Liberia, Ghana, and Africa Coast and Guinea?
Yeah, so thank you. And it was last weekend, I was in River Cess. 2 weeks ago, I was in River Cess with the corporate manager, who actually went there to do assessment, to look at the road condition, see the market, and see the possibility of us sending bus. The bus that actually went Maryland, that bus supposed to go to River Cess. But because the way we saw the area, we asked 1 or 2 questions, the transportation, how people leave from there, it mean that bus was too big to go to River Cess. So we are planning on sending at least 2 of the 18-seater buses that are coming that will be going to River Cess. So we intend to at least have our buses going all across the country. And the good thing for us here is that the current government have committed to making road connectivity a priority. Once we have access to road, everywhere we have access to road, obviously we're going to have NTA bus going there. So with the bus that went to Maryland, it went on a special charter operation. It means somebody charter and say, "Come on, people, Maryland." So when our bus was going, I told the people, okay, when the bus go, it will be coming back into where only dropping the people. Let's take passengers from there to see if the people really ready for the NTA bus in Maryland. So when they went to Harper, we made the announcement I will stop to Grand Gillette, but before we even leave Harper, the bus was full. And Grand Gillette people started complaining that, oh, yeah, got to send 1 bus for us too, and what have you. So we're sending another bus there on Friday. That bus will leave from here, will leave from the compound on Friday and get to Maryland on Saturday, and it will come back on Monday. But what we're doing now is that if you are going Maryland, we say you can book your seat at the NTA compound beginning today. People started booking their seat already. So if you go in there, you just maybe make the call, book your seat, make your payment through mobile money, or if you come to the health office, you make your payment, your seat is booked. Because we're only taking 62%, not more than 62. Well, I understand that when the other bus were coming, there were more people, some people standing because they were all along the road, which is very risky. So we're not going to do that. Once we get a 62%, that book their seat, obviously we'll carry the 62%. And then when we're coming back, we'll get another 62, we'll bring the 62%, not more than 62. The conductors reported 65%. And today I was questioning them how they go, where the other 3% sat down. They needed to tell me where the other 3% sat down because it was not safe for them. Even though they need to come to town, and then the demand for the buses is high, but we cannot risk our people's lives because we don't have means of transportation. So all of these things we are looking at it very carefully, and we want to provide not just transportation, but we want to provide a quality, affordable, and secure transportation for our people. So obviously we already started moving across Cote d'Ivoire. We started going to Freetown. We started going to Ghana. The only thing is that we are not going there on our regular transit services because we don't have enough fleet. But sometimes when people have some program, they will got some churches that got brand in Cote d'Ivoire. They will come, they make special arrangement, and then the bus can carry them to Cote d'Ivoire and come back. Freetown is regular. Almost every month we'll get one special charter service to go Freetown and back. So obviously we are moving to those places. It's just that because of the current fleet capacity that we got, we can't leave our people working in Morro, we'll be going to Freetown. So but once those buses come, these are some of the reasons we're bringing 35 buses. 35 buses are onto the current 16 buses we get. That's a lot of buses. Plus the 18-seater buses, it means that we are going somewhere. So obviously we'll have our transit services affordable or available everywhere that we have roads or everywhere that the road is pliable. And I'm sure that by August, September, October, then we'll have bus for Grand Jide, we'll have bus for Maryland, we'll have bus for Nima, we'll have bus for Sign. Me have for Riverset, so I key for Riverset. When bus now go to that place, my people will hold me responsible. I can be working NTA, then I can say one post and then I want the people get fair.
Yeah, take it home first, right?
So let me just ask my last and final question. So, auto insurance is a very important thing in Africa, and a lot of people do not pay attention to auto insurance. And that's why every time accident happens, the victim end up treating themselves. They have no benefits, after all the accident. Do the new management or have the new management put into place auto insurance in case something happened along the way that the victim will be taken care of? Do you have an auto insurance coverage for your passengers? That's my last question.
Currently, we have almost all of our buses insured. I think it's just maybe 2 or 3 that are not insured currently. Is because I think they just left the garage. But all of our, even the 60 buses that are coming, we already did the bidding process for it. Someone won the bid. They have insurance coverage. Immediately they land here, obviously their insurance will go through. So the 2 buses that are not insured, I think maybe before the weekend they will be insured. But the buses just left the garage. And we got 2 currently in the garage, so it will make it full. So obviously all of our buses currently are insured. So once there's accident, the liability is squarely on the insurance company.
So those buses that are being branded, are they all new or they are secondhand buses? Like
the ones that are currently running or the ones that are coming?
The ones that are running and coming also.
Okay, the one that are currently running, we got 3 brand new ones there that we bought and last year that came January, and then the remaining ones they were donated in 2019 by the Indian government. So we can say the second-handed now because we repaired them. Those ones that are coming, they are all brand new. The mileage is going to start from 0.
Okay. Pamela?
Yeah. Thank you, Cephas. Happy to see you again. The last time I saw you was during the campaign period when you were in the trenches with District 10 Representative Yeke Koluba. That was the last time I saw you. Happy to see him again.
Thank you, my man. Thank you. You'll always be seeing me.
Yeah. How is it? How have you been managing with the issue about people crying out that young people are not prepared to take on the mantle of authority? How have you been managing your looking at your youthfulness and with the many ideas that you have? How have you been managing with the noise around? Oh, the young man, how?
So the first thing is that I don't believe that young people are future leaders. I don't believe. What I believe is that prepared young people are current leaders of our generations. So this is why I encourage young people to take young people like myself to take advantage of opportunities to prepare themselves. I say this to you, in 2011, when I just left high school, I was a member of the Unity Party. I was not at this level in the Unity Party, but I campaigned vigorously for the Unity Party in District 10. It was 10 District number 4. I campaigned for the Unity Party here. And then when we won the elections, the current mayor of Pinsway, that is Mayor Bestman, at the time he was on district youth leader here. And then he was fortunate to get an assistant minister job. And you know, all those people that were behind him, obviously he would want to give them job and what have you. But I was one of those young person who said I never wanted a job and I wanted opportunity to prepare myself. And all through Unity Party time, the 2 years they spent, 2017 when I left, when I got my undergrad, that's the time we went back in opposition. So everybody know it to be Unity Party, man. The only thing we could do is to either go back to school or we go wear red beret or we run away from the country. Saying we couldn't run away and saying we couldn't wear red beret, we went back to school to prepare ourselves for today. And this is why we are where we are. This is why we are doing all of those things that we are doing now, because we made a sacrifice back then. When someone wanted to give a $200 job or $250 job, I'm not saying it's bad to take it, but if you are taking those kind of job, you got to be careful about how you take it and what your intentions are. Because I gave the example many times. So some of my young people, I say, okay, come to me, chairman, give me joy. Okay, you in school, I give you some $200 or $300 job. Obviously, you start making that money now, it will look plenty. When you put 300 in Liberty, you know where you're heading now. You get close to almost 60 to 70,000 now. Why you will get? So if you get that kind of money looking plenty today, next thing you start looking for one Jew now. You and the two together, you burn one paper, then that 300 start getting small. You burn 2 paper, and then the 300 can make it again. Then you start focusing on the children, the care, than yourself. So this is why I always say to them, you know, you may not use the same formula as me. You may not use my same style, but at least you got to pay more attention to yourself. And that's all we did. And we are where we are today. And that's just the encouragement you gave to many of the young people. Let's pay attention to ourselves. Let just be yourself. You know, sometimes you can want some care and they not want you. Lead them when they not want you, that good thing they're doing for you. Just turn around and think, Lord, me focus on myself. You focus on yourself, certain places you read, it will be coming. Now, yeah, you will know that it will come.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know, I just wanted to brush that one out. And this is going.
Why are you laughing at that?
I have 2 more questions. I have 2 more questions. So, how have you guys managed from the angle of the youth wing to minimize this process of people and, you know, just assembling every now and then to be raising battle cry profusely or uncontrollably? How have you guys managed to do it differently? That today you don't have too many people in the youth wing suggesting their friends to say, come to the party headquarters to come raise battle cry so that you can get a chance to get 5 or 10 hours to share among your friends then for that day. How are you guys doing it differently? And what are you guys doing to keep the young people occupied? In the sense that they will not, because they say an idle mind is a devil workshop. What mechanisms are you guys putting in place since you are from the youth wing so that those other guys who were with you, and you know, as foot soldiers, so that they can be occupied with something that will not get them frustrated and they join the group that they call, and you know, how they can call them, the other group that say disenchanted. Okay, disenchanted, and you know, Unity Partisan. People could have found name and get in different group to cause noise in the country. What mechanism are you guys putting in place to settle that part of the problem?
So the first thing I got to the back of my mind is that we have over 800,000 people that voted for Joseph Boakai, and obviously, not even up to 100,000 people will be able to put in government. We have that to the back of our mind. However, there are a lot of opportunities that we've been working with young people. The first thing, we work with the president on our 10,000 RT capacity building program. We have some of our young people to take advantage of that particular program. And when the process came up, we share in our chat room. We encourage people to apply. Some of them apply, and some of them got qualified. Not all of them. And some of them anticipated that maybe I'm going to do a long listing and carry to the Ministry of Education to say, yeah, this is a Unity Party listing. That's something I didn't do, and that's something I don't believe in. So I'm not even going to do it tomorrow. And we did that. Those people who apply, they were qualified. Some of them were certificated, and some of them took part in the competition. Unfortunately, I didn't see any United Party face that won, but the person who won is a Liberian who won the 10,000 is a Liberian. And some of them, at least they got a skill and they are working with it. Whenever there are scholarship opportunity, that today there was a scholarship opportunity that came up for, I think, South Korea. Today, I just share in few of our chat room for people to take advantage of it. That is on the Ministry of Education website. So we'll go looking out for opportunity for young people, because we know we may not be able to employ all of them in government, but there are some of them who apply. The last time the Chinese people were doing application for master, we share that particular process. We have 16 persons who apply for that. Out of the 16, five persons were qualified, and at least they will be leaving to go China to do their master in September. So they are on all of the process now. They are past the medical, the school accepted them. They're just waiting for the time that school will open so that they can go back to school. Also, at the Regional Maritime University in Ghana, the Liberia Maritime Institute, they partner with the Regional Maritime University. Every year, they put an application for Liberians to go and attend the Regional Maritime University. When that particular application came out, we also took advantage of that, share with our comrades, gathered some of them in the process to apply. And we got about 7 persons that will be from the, I talk about when I say 7 persons, people in the youth congress who are United Party people. But I think more than 15 persons will be going. For those ones who were qualified and vetted, they will be going, I think, next month, which is August. By May, August will be going to Ghana to attend that university. And there are serious other, means through which we have reached out to people. Some of them who were qualified were able to reach out during the time of assistant minister time. Some of them called it and were able to reach out to some head of entity. Obviously, not many of the young people wanted to come to my institution, by the way, because nothing there. NTA, that how we claim it here. NTA, nothing there again. So many of them want to work at NTA. Many of them want to go LPRC, Maritime, MPA, LPRC, Maritime, NOCA, Agriculture. These are viable places that young people want to work. Ministry of Finance, Gender, Commerce, but many of them, when you tell them, say they go NTA at the time, because they know I won't go there, but maybe the way the bosses coming now, when I put a vacancy, we also encouraging some of them to apply. And the only unfortunate thing that it's going to be a competitive process. I'm not going to do any listing because I'm the youth chairman for the Unity Party. No, I'm not going to do that. I will encourage them to apply. They will go through the process, go to the HR sit interview. Those ones that are qualified will take them, because we just don't want to bring people because they are party people, and at the end of the day, we'll go right back to the same place we're coming from. I know in 2018, the employee at NTA was not more than 200. They didn't even reach 200. But today, we got over 400 plus employees that we met down there. So they are already hired, and they were basically there doing nothing because the bosses were done. Now that we'll be hiring few people, already got more people. We need people who will actually help us to do the actual work. So not just be about party business. We share the link with them like it is in the public, and people can take advantage of it to apply. That's how we can look for opportunities for people. And there are some of them who will go and look for their own opportunity and kind of say, Chairman, we need support. Those kind of support could be maybe they already call admission in some university, but to pay the school fee is becoming difficult for them. We can use our network to reach out to people to be able to help them in the process. So that's how we can help our young people. And that's how we've been managing the year. And one reason why you see they are not protesting, because when they come to me, I can lie to them. If you come to me, you're in college and you say, oh, you want to be director, someone will tell you straight to your face, you can't be director. If you come maybe for a job that I know that you can't do, I say, my man, you can't do that when you go and do this, XYZ. They will go and get fair with themselves. When they come out, they will come and say, okay, Chairman, and what you are talking about, I agree that to the one. And that's how we've been doing it. So we're not lying to them. We are not giving them PP promises that will not fulfill. We can sit with them. Those ones that will come, we sit with them. We provide mentorship. We provide direction. We talk to them like maybe I'm talking to my brother. But if I were there doing it the regular politics way and make PP promises, and all the anchor get in them, they will go gather say the chairman lied to us. So all of them will go gather say the thing the chairman promised, so you're not doing it. But I'm not lying to anybody. When you come to me, I tell you just as it is. If it's supposed to feedback, your feedback right in for me. When you go by your feedback, you know the chairman not lied to you. And that's how we'll be managing it.
All right, my final one. I know you guys going to have drivers, and these new buses are coming, and Are you guys doing background check on these drivers? Because we know there are some people who drive recklessly, and some people will
drunk and driving.
Stop on the highway and see pound one, buy it, call their little thing, say, "Oh, from God, oh man," and then the next thing they put the rest of the passenger life at risk.
The brakes,
Yeah. So, what are you guys doing? Would those buses also have tracking system to know, like, how some people leaving that particular area, a sign where they're supposed to stop, and they go out of line and they take the bus and they go park it somewhere, and what other extra security feature you got going to have on the buses to make sure that those buses are right in line with what the ministry your section NTA decide for them to stop, like the boundary. Because some people, when they say start to demand, say no, I get my girlfriend all the way in Maryland, I have to go reach there, get for my girlfriend to see me driving bus so she can know that I'm working for government.
Okay, so at the NTA we have the risks and compliance department. They are responsible for mitigating risks and ensuring that all of our people are in compliance. So in the risks and compliance department, we have transit patrol officer. The transit patrol officer are assigned on the various routes. You got 1 or 2 person left from here, they will get a route left from. They will get a route left from here. There be a junction to Broad Street. We got a 3 to 4 person assigned at different points on that route, and they can stop the bus at any time. And all of the buses, they have numbers. So just in case if they see a driver driving recklessly, they can be able to report that. Also, they can stop the bus at any point in time to inspect the bus, because currently we are running a ticketing system. So when they stop that bus, they're going to go on the bus to check to see whether all of the passengers on the bus have tickets. Because once you pay the fare, they will issue you a ticket, and you will be having that ticket in your hand until you get down from the bus and take the ticket with you. If you don't take it, some of them can trap it. But also, if you don't have ticket, it means the conductor intentionally did not issue you ticket because they want to take that particular revenue. So the transit patrol officer always on that route to do it. And for the tracking system, we already started receiving proposals. Like I said, these buses are coming. We got to pay for them. In our donation from India that will run a sport, and we'll be waiting for India to bring some more. No, those ones we got to run it. We pay. We finish paying. We hope that it remain with us for us to continue running it. So we're putting in all of the necessary systems in place to ensure that these buses are kept. These buses raise the necessary revenue for us. So we're currently accepting proposal for tracking system. We are accepting proposal for cashless system. We are accepting proposal for CCTV camera to be placed in a compound, in a warehouse, so that we monitor everything that's going on at the central office of the NTA.
Okay, so do you have numbers on the buses? Like, do you have numbers that passenger can call to in case that something?
Yeah, so we got numbers on our website. We got numbers that passenger can call. We got numbers on our Facebook page that we can announce just in case you want to go. Like today, the most recent, we want to put all of the numbers you can call there. We have hotline that you can call to make recommendation. We got hotline maybe if a bus driver was driving recklessly, that you can call to give the complaint. At the NTA compound, we have suggestion box. Maybe if you call in, you're not getting it, and you don't want your number to be identified, you have the time to reach at the NTA compound. We have suggestion box. You just drop it there, and we'll read that, review it every month. We'll make a report and see where we can add.
So you previously mentioned that you have fuel in the compound that the buses fuel at, right? Fueling station.
Yeah, true.
So what if they're on a roll, like going to the various counties and stuff?
So we don't send, if we don't send the bus out without fuel. So if we're supposed to bring 100 gallons of gas to go low far and come back, we will make sure we fill the tank with 100 gallons of gas. But from Monrovia to Foya is 120 gallons of gas to go and come. But then the bus can only take 100 gallons. So in that case, what we can do, we fill the tank with 100 gallons and put extra 20 gallons in the car, so that when the driver reach, they fuel with the 20 gallons. Because we don't run our buses taking fuel somewhere else.
would you think about in the future have like filling station on the way?
Yeah, obviously we got terminals, in some of those counties. So we will activate those terminals in the future. But some of those terminals don't have filling station now. So once those terminals are being activated, obviously, and as the institution grow, there will be need for having filling station across the country.
Is this AI or do your conductors and something looks like this?
So the new buses that are coming, they coming with these suits for the drivers and the conductors.
Okay. So how many conductors you gonna have?
Currently we are anticipating up to 80 conductors because the conductors work on shift.
So they
work on shift. And currently we got 60, so we're only looking for 20.
So the vacancy you have out now, is it including conductors or just I mean, what are you looking for? Can you let it? Because I know you got a vacancy.
We got conductors, we got auto mechanic, we got drivers, and what have you. So in a conductor, basically, you need to be a high school graduate to be a conductor. Because we're going to train you on what you're going to do and what have you. The mechanic, obviously, you got to know about mechanic before you come.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the driver, you got to have some driving experience and what have you. Most often, the drivers, these are the truck drivers, we got heavy duty drivers. Anybody just can drive the NTA bus. But when you apply and you are shortlisted for the driver, when you apply, you are shortlisted, you do driving test. When you pass that particular driving test, then we train you. When you pass the training stage, then we mentor you, where you will put you on a bus with another old drivers to monitor you for like a month before you can become independent driver.
Fantastic.
Sounds good.
So are you guys also going to teach or train those guys on customer service? Because we know conductor sometimes how they react to passenger, and we know that our society, Liberia, how people are very, very
rude.
Yeah, I want to say in a very different way. You know, and some people, they are assertive. They want to. They think can just lead on and say nobody here can fame more. And, you know, when you get to me, I get to you. So we have that also in the health sector. Sometimes I see the nurses. When you see people come to the clinic, okay, he will come.
No, he probably gonna rejoin. Probably receive a call or something like that.
Yeah, because you see, this customer service thing. The customer service thing is very important. People can just talk anyway to anybody.
So what do you want me to say? But you see the sitting over there, you baby, like somebody gonna tell you what to say.
And also, I also want him to talk about this whether they set up a platform, an online platform or model that when people when people call, there's a call center that when they call for booking of that seat, whether there's a system where they can see the seats that are available, whether they're going to be this, they're going to be this assigned seat.
We're not that away. We reach there.
The minute way in the future,
we're not reach there.
We're just saying that. We're just saying that because these are young people and they are innovative, so that they can have an idea about,
we can do that.
Numbers are on the screen. We want you to engage with our audience a little bit. They are really enjoying your presentation here tonight. Before we let you go, we really, really do appreciate you. I know you and I talked earlier, and you are very, very tired, and I appreciate you. But just a little, I think few of them just want to call. And the numbers on the screen, guys. Just call in and make your question available for Mr. Cephas here. Okay, we have our first caller. Hello, caller. What's your name and where you calling us from? I think I don't know him.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. My name is Thomas Clement, and I call you from Upper Caldwell, Liberia.
Hi, Thomas.
Right.
What's your question?
Mr. Cephas would say thank you for appearing on the show. I got a couple of questions, so I just hope you guys can help follow along as I ask my questions. Mr. Cephas, the first question: what time work ends, more especially for the bus drivers, because I witnessed an incident where the bus went for it was charter, and then the guy was saying he's going to leave at a certain time, and the people say, "Well, I government property, I government program, where you want us to go?" So what time the bus is so to knock off, even when it comes to charter? That's the first question. The next question is, how do you do the fare system? Before we used to hear that students are not paying once you're in uniform. Is that still working out? And then, do you have anything for the old folks? What age are we going to look at? That the old man will stay passing and you will maybe stop the bus. Is she going to pay, or student, or any person in uniform? So maybe you need to address that. My next question: where do you stand with bus ministries? You know, we got pastors in buses and preaching. Can that be done on the NTA buses? Am I going too fast? Can I still go ahead?
No, that's 3 questions. It's okay.
Man, Thomas, serious. Okay. That's the reason why people can always be doubting Thomas.
That's enough.
All right, my man.
Yeah, man, on people on the line.
No, I ain't got a point there. Nobody on the line is so flow.
I'm gonna ask you 20 questions.
Yeah.
That's not question, my bro. Go ahead, Thomas.
Yeah, so can I go ahead? You got the questions?
Yeah, so I'm going to the first 3. Remain on the line to the first 3.
Okay, so thank you.
Yeah, so for the students are paying 50% of the fare. So if we gotta be in uniform, then not UL student, we want to see your ADICA. Even when you high school student, we want to see your ADICA. The way from Monrovia from ERW Junction to Broad Street is $50. If you are a student, you pay $25. If you are in police uniform, it's free. If you are elderly person from 60 and above, it's free. So we stay doing that. And also if you charter the buses, it's for 8 hours. So you have the privilege to decide when you want the bus to go and pick your people up. But when you say you charter it for a day, it's 8 hours. 8 hours, because 8 hours our people work for daily. So if you say you wanted the bus from 1 p.m., it may run from 1 p.m. to the 8 hours. So when 8 hours is exceeded, you will charter the bus, you can pay extra. Or sometimes you have security deposit, and that security deposit will go to the driver for overtime. And what would the next question say?
That's why I said you call it small.
And the bus what?
No, the bus ministry.
The bus ministry. My man, me and Christian, even in a class, I invite my student into my chair every semester 1 time. So for me, I support it being there.
Okay.
That's my personal. I know I come get no other policy against it.
Okay.
So is that discretionary for the driver to decide, or anybody can get work on and say, "Oh, pastor"?
Please.
No, anybody can get work on that. It depends. It depends on the passengers, because we are carrying a passenger. A passenger majority say they not want you there. You will not be inside that place.
Okay.
Why a majority of the people in the bus? So why that's so Muslim people who carry? They want pastor can force them to preach to them? No.
All right. So I got 2 more questions. Say Justin, I've asked almost all my questions.
Now, that was a good one.
What or how much is your contribution to national budget? The last question. Now you asked, because I read through the vacancy, and you asking for heavy duty mechanics. And let's be real, so many mechanics, they guys they deny me in high school, but the requirement said to be high school graduate. So what do you say on that? Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, Thomas.
So our contribution to the national budget is indirect. It's not direct contribution. The reason I say this is that and we're not necessarily contributing to the national budget, but we are contributing to all of our people. Like for instance, from we currently have a bus from Boston Junction to Broad Street. You only pay $150. But if you were to get in a regular transport, you will pay from Boston Junction to EAWA Junction. You're going to pay $200 first. Then you pay from EAWA Junction to Broad Street, another $200. That's $400 right there. And to come back, you will pay another $400 at $800. But if you were to ride the NTA go and come, you will pay only $300 because $150 to go, $150 to come. It means what the NTA just did is that they gave one individual $500. Imagine how many persons the NTA buses move on a daily basis and how many persons will give $500 to. And this is why the government of Liberia can provide subsidies for the NTA. So we are not contributing to the national budget directly, but we are indirectly contributing and putting money in all of the Liberians package who are riding the NTA bus. Another example is that from here to Ganta in the NTA bus is $500. So you pay $500 to go, $500 to come, it's $1,000. But if you are riding a regular transportation bus, you will pay $2,000 to go, $2,000 to come. It's $4,000. So if you ride the NTA go, it will give you $3,000 free. So that's how we are contributing. I hope that answers your question.
To break down.
Yeah, they can be praying. They can be praying. In fact, they can even want buses to go around there. Currently, we're running in Picano. From EAWA Junction to Picano is $300. $300. If you do go and come, it's $600. But if you ride a taxi to go Picano, it's $800. To go and come is $1,600.
Wow.
So it means that we're giving every passenger that ride the NTA bus giving them $1,000 free.
So the whole question about what is the government doing to bring relief on these people? These are some of the ways the government.
These are some of the ways in which the government bring relief on the people, and this is why the government subsidizes the NTA. Because if the NTA is not there to do it, the ordinary people there will be carrying their transportation up. So if the NTA bus is there for $300, if the NTA bus is there for $300 to go to Picano, and the taxi driver parking there, and you say, let me bring it to $700 so I can get more passenger quickly. Or let me make it $600 so I can get passenger quickly and make more trips. So that's how we contribute to the national budget. We contribute directly to the ordinary people to get putting the money in the budget.
So how many of those buses have you guys already get a complete or comprehensive breakdown of how many buses? Because based on population, because I know how you guys going to do based on the population in specific local, you guys will designate certain quantity of buses in the region. How you guys going to do that to balance it out so that it can be enough for people to get on it and not people fighting? Because you know sometimes it's not easy. Some people wake up early in the morning before they even reach to the bus parking, already feeling all the naked and they take all that thing from them, because sometimes they only have one bus assigned that day to carry them to Buchanan, and everybody want that affordability, and you know they don't have access to the bus. So how you guys managing to have enough buses available so that people can feel relaxed and say, okay, I know the timing that I can go to that parking and I will meet bus that I will take me to Buchanan.
My man, I will bring 60 buses in time. But we also have to be very careful, because we are government institution, not to put the other people on a job. Because if we just bring the buses and get everybody can get NTA bus, it means there will be no need for the private transportation people, and then it will then become a problem too. So we're trying to balance it. Okay. We're trying to balance it, but this is why we are bringing additional 60 buses to help so that we can have sufficient buses around the country. And we obviously we hope that and pray that some of our roads can be paved within the next 5 years. The government of Liberia in the PAPD, they asked for our strategic plan. In our strategic plan, we had 300 buses, but the government committed to giving all 10 buses every year. So the 10 buses every year will be 60 buses in 6 years. So that what led to us getting your company to supply us the 60 buses ahead of time. We'll be paying for it in 2 years.
Wow.
Very good. So last question, we know we gotta let you go so you can have some rest and continue your work in Liberia. But my final question before you wrap up, this whole thing about us Liberian cleaning up and thinking that when it's for the government, they don't have to take care of it. They should trash it. They should do everything. When you talk to them, oh, that government did, that government did. Do y'all have any way or do you have any mechanism in place to let them know, or to for some kind of awareness for these people to stop doing or stop having that kind of mentality when it comes to government property, and like when they see that they sit on the bus, they have to trash it and treat the bus anyhow?
So I think currently, if not all, many Liberians are seeing the need of having government property, especially for the NTA buses. Because when there was no NTA back in 2 years, they saw how much difficulties they face. And currently, they are seeing it. We have people leaving from Maryland, picking the driver, say, we pick you. You please talk to your people so you can carry over. Because you pay $3,000, you're paying $4,500 to come from Maryland. And you're supposed to pay $8,000 to come. When you ride an NTA, but you pay $4,500. You save yourself close to $3,000 already. Mm-hmm. So people are seeing the need for the NTA buses to be around, and they themselves will want it to be taken care of. So I think that tendency of all that commenting, I think that time is already passing now, because that was right after the war, where people saw people destroying. Yeah, people saw people destroying government properties, and they looking for government workers to treat them back. But I think we have gone past that, and people are now respecting government things. When you are in a government vehicle and you stay out late, and people see you, the way they can even talk to you, I know why I'm talking, because I get government plate on my car. Even though that car, not government car, but I got government plate on it. And sometimes when I'm out late, people, oh, the government car, you're not carrying home to go park in there. If you need to work with that, and all the kind of, so people want us to be to be taking care of government things now. So I think we are moved past that.
That's good.
And we all are trying to protect government properties, because for all of us, the CAS is for them. Even when you're working in government, say, and you give somebody money, they won't tell you thank you. But they feel the money you get in, if for all of all, that government money you get in. So people have a sense of entitlement to government things now.
Right.
Well, bro, look, man, let me tell you, brother. And obviously, let me say this. You definitely impressed me. Your presentation was spot on.
This one, 6 bus. Finisher. Six bus finish.
So thank you very much for that. And also,
we were hearing you to all I want you said on your own.
Okay, so
yeah, thank you. How are you?
So basically, yeah,
we just want to show our audience I just came in. You know,
so
you know,
like you said, the Liberian will keep it clean after 2 years.
They will keep it clean. Yeah, they will take care of it. Honestly, I didn't want the buses photo to come out. We've been having these videos for like 3 weeks now. Yeah. We didn't want it to come out, but we heard the people discussing on Spoon that the buses are not coming. NTA people just lying. The same thing with the macro polo buses. You see it nowhere around, and this they say they bringing bus July 27th, and they did not even get picture. You said to post it, the Unity Party people, then blah 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 blah. And one of their
well, welcome here anytime if you want to debunk whatever thing you hear in the news. You're welcome here. Anytime you want to, just give me a call and we will make time for y'all to come here. And I like
anytime you want to talk to me, just let me know. I'm just a phone call away. The only thing I let my sleep in is right now I won't sleep now. But let me say thank you for affording me the opportunity to share my thoughts about our transportation sector. And I'm not just limited to transportation. Even though I work at the NTA, there are other issues that we can talk about another time too, when you have the time so that we can talk about it. You can invite me. When you extend me the invitation, when I can make it, trust me, I will tell you straight. I say I can make it.
That's fine.
When the generation will be having problem with me for that, but they say I let the media be there, I let talking on the media. I know why I like it. I let working mode and talk. Yeah. So I say thank you very much, and thank you all for the great work that you all are doing out there. Thank you. Can I say goodbye?
Yes, but let me just ask you one. Why you going now? Why you fading out? you man, you can stay talk.
We're gonna drop
my mail.
I just want to know. You are making
my man.
Well, yeah, he may not like his resume, but that doesn't mean he can still be.
No, remember second thought.
Since the last,
in fact, I was going to work. I think it was last week. On Thursday, I saw you getting single as slow down and we talk. So remember my second talk.
That's the new Labro right there, bro. That's the new Liberia.
Again, it's everybody's friend.
We're not keeping no grudges.
No grudge. May everybody go for our business.
Yeah, you know you got my district representative. So you get my
no choice.
Absolutely.
But thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming. We appreciate you, and we'll talk to you later.
But
wow, guys.
I really thought the brother was great, you know, and this is why. And then anybody vying for any position, right? This brother from just hearing from him, he might not have had prior experience of that whole MTS situation, but it tells you how prepared he is from a professional standpoint and a presentational standpoint. I mean, he was spot on. He went to area. That's why I interjected a little bit. Which, of course, I'm getting a for it in a comment section by Brother Thomas. He's saying, why should I wait for the brother to lay out all the basic questions? And that's what I interjected.
Yeah, Brother Thomas.
Because
I don't want the audience to hear the good news.
I do appreciate Brother Thomas though, because he brings substance to the discourse.
Yes, but he's playing a good role in the back. He's been criminal shy. Oh my eyes, Brother Thomas is criminal shy. He doesn't want to come up here, but he's twisting some arms in the back. Okay.
But one thing I've also observed from a PR standpoint, like the brother hit before he left, that they had these videos, or at least they had the video for about 3 weeks, and they didn't want to put it out. From a public relations standpoint, it's very, very important for you to keep some of these things. And that's why we're not hearing a lot of noise in this government opposed to previous government without a President George Manneh we have. Because sometimes this is the thing. You can be in a negotiation phase or something. Especially we that in sports, we know exactly how that can be. If a club is going back and forth with a player that is trying to acquire, and you bring that up to your fan base, and the fan base is they are excited, but not knowing, because you're not going to bring the detail of the negotiation to the table, or at least to the fans. So all they know now is that player is coming. And for whatever reason, you're not bringing that player, you're going to take the raft. So sometimes it's good for you to keep some of these things on a low when you are certainly certain that this, in fact, is a deal that you have closed, then you bring it up. But now that Spoon now, because Spoon that change it, they not bring it out now, then they may have to come to defend it. You know, so I think any one of us, even if you are in a relationship or you behind a girl, don't be telling your man and mommy I'm behind a girl. Because that girl go tell you, you know, when you finish putting yourself out there, you see that girl another man and they need to answer some questions.
So I mean, you know, I just want us to have this unique transportation system. You know, let us look outside now and see that we are 178 years old, almost 178, going on 179, and there's little we've achieved as a country and as a people. And transportation is something that I'm happy that President Boubacar took road as one of his major priority, because you see, it was out of President Boubacar's wisdom that CDC were running, but they never had the right prophecy. When you remember in 2017, when they asked President Boubacar about his agenda, he said road, 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 and the people, you know, spin it around or saying, oh, they asked the man, I have no other plan. Let's talk about road, 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 road. And the next thing, when CDC came on, they started rushing to do feeder road. They started doing all kind of road, quick impact project road, and that's the only thing they were doing.
Road.
And now you see, because if you have roads, the country is going to open. That's the primary thing, road connectivity. If you get good road, you get electricity, you get water, you get you get agriculture will start booming. And the farmers will start getting a chance to bring that produce to the market. Like you see, the far-sightedness of the NTA, they bring in some trucks now for
so
people.
Let's go to the last topic, then we can do our.
Oh, okay, fine.
Something. So the last one we wanted to talk about is the first lady renovation of the hospital in Bowman County. Let me play it. First.
Which one is this?
Triage. This is ambulance. We have the area for patients. These are beds for patients, and we'll have self-contained bathroom for each of the beds. We also have, like bed 2, we have the bathroom down there that was also renovated. Bed 3, we have the bathroom here. This is a dolphin area where you get dressed to come and see your patient, and then you won't exit the same way. You enter from here, get dressed here, see your patient, and pass out to the other side we are about to go.
This was the most needed place in Ebola.
Yes. During the Ebola, this was highly needed and was used, but it broke down completely. Nothing was here. Again, we were not using it. So we go there.
This is the old one, right?
This is the old one I was reading.
Yeah,
5-bedroom extension, which is in the back.
It will go in front now.
All right. I don't want to pass. All right. Good. So we use this side, and when you come from on that end, see your patients. No. We go outside from the other end. So here is a screening room, and then patients come from in here. They are triage and decide where you send them. This is a conference hall for patients, and we got a nursing desk there, screening 1, screening 2, and then this end is where they added the extension for the 5-room isolation unit. Down, straight down. It's stopping.
It's stopping.
So this is the isolation unit that was added. It was not part of the plan initially. For self-contained patient. Every room here have a self-contained bathroom. So the rooms are almost all the same. There's a room here with a bed for an isolation patient. So you see your patient and then you go out from right down here. There are 5 of them with an additional storeroom at the end. Okay, so the rooms are all the same. We'll go back so. We'll go back so. So yeah, let's open this door from this side. No, not here. Yeah, this door will go so. Yeah, those there. Oh, the cars are on that side. All right. Then we'll go this way. Then we'll go that way.
It's okay now, right?
Yeah, it's okay. All right. Then we'll go this way. All right. So, yeah. All right.
So guys, that was the tour of the hospital. I had something like the first lady speech I wanted to play first, but we're gonna do the president because I'm trying to upload the first ladies. I'm sorry because there are a lot of I was hearing some stuff out there. Where did she get the money from? Did she do this renovation? And somebody saw her.
Which hospital is that?
That's bombing. That's in bombing. That thing broke down completely. It was out of function.
So what she said in her speech will give some of those, something.
Yeah, please do.
very
Please,
serious.
please,
But
please
let's
do.
play the president one for a while. I try to upload it. First lady.
Good evening. Please have your seats. I know you've been here all all day. I want to thank you for your patience, recognizing the First Lady. This is Hawkeye. Dr. Poto, Minister, members of the Cabinet, members of the Diplomatic Corps, especially our Chinese Ambassador, Dr. Christina Akumi, who is our special guest at this moment, our elders, the superintendent, members of the Burmese leadership, the special guests. We had to come here this evening after we ourselves have had a couple of days of moving around. Today, we had a special guest in person of Dr. Akumi, who is here with us, the president of the African Development Bank, a man who had been one of the biggest supporters for activities in the country. He is about to end his services with the bank to move to another, but he chose Liberia to be that country visit, and not just visit. Today, for the youth of Liberia, he launched a youth entrepreneur bank to support youth programs in this country. Up to $16 million to show his love. This is the first of its kind, and we want to thank him so much. He's here with us. Coming on this road, I had to bring him here. He said, let's go. Because this is the job that he's used to. But we are here to just say thanks to Mrs. Walker and all of you that they have already thanked. I grew up here. I knew the dispensary that were here before this camp and everything. It had been like this forever. To see it been renovated and made what it is to serve the people of this country. A lot of you sitting here have contributed to it. People who are not even here. That's what life is about. Looking after one another. And this is the best one can do. It is not how much you have. It is the heart that gives. I want to thank the First Lady's office for mobilizing the resources and the support to do this. There are many, many things that we intend to do around the country, but it takes the willingness of heart and the commitment to humanity to do that. Seeing the primary is one thing, attending to the primary is another thing. So we just want to say thank you so much for taking up this huge responsibility and being able to do this with your staff and people of goodwill. This is just, the needs are many, but we are committed to doing it. And if we all do it together, we can do it. That is why we stress management of our resources, the selfishness, corruption, people thinking that life is just about them. Life is not just about you. And that's why we have come with a sword drawn for corruption to make sure that the resources trickle down to the smallest people. And we're going to do that. That's the job that we're here to do. For all the good people who support us, they expect that of us. And I want for all of us to understand that just the low saving that you do, the low time that you give, the low things that you save from misusing the properties of the country for personal benefit. If you begin to learn about that, the country will be better. If you don't learn it, we'll make you know it. Because that's the job that we have to do. So thank you so much. I want to make this county, not just this county, everywhere. Yesterday we were in Bonn to dedicate a building, a school building, the first of its kind high school building, with everything in there that make learning possible for the children. We are going to do more of that. There's going to be more than 100 school buildings for children, elementary school. And they will all be equipped, because I don't want people to say that Liberian children deserve the best. Liberian women, Liberian. So everything we do in this country now will represent the image of this country, because Liberians deserve the best. So thank you very much for this uplifting this hospital. But please, this is just one step. As she told you, maintenance. That's what we're now good at. And I'm sure that those that are in charge here, the superintendent and the city mayor and everybody here, have a responsibility to maintain these facilities for the benefit of people. I want to thank our traditional people who over the years have been very patient, even when little attention is paid to them. So we want to assure you, this is a new dispensation. Everybody in this country matters. We want to make sure that we all work together for the benefit of this country. Thank you again.
If they don't know it, we will make sure they know it. This is a new dispensation.
You see the reason why I always tell you that I'm happy to be alive in this ancient time to have for Joseph to serve as a president of my country. When he pronunciates and enunciates, you see him, you know directly that he is a presidential material. And everything that proceeds out of his lips is all nationalistic. Imagine he's telling you, say, if you don't learn it, we'll make you to know it. That's nationalism. Mm-hmm. Because if you are a nationalist or a patriot, you will have to learn to know that this country is for you, and anything that is in it, we have to preserve it, we have to take care of it, we have to nurture it, and we should not be used for selfish gain. And continue to press on it. And he was beating on this on the basis that this is the job the Liberian people call us to do, so we must do it with honesty, with integrity, and with commitment. And let's forget about this personal greed. And so he was clear, corruption, and we're going to fight it. And that's why he said all of us will have to work together. He continued to say all of us, because this corruption thing is not one person. When he said it's a cancer, it's not one person. So if you see something, you say something. Like now, with what happening in the media, when there's anything, there's a whistleblower. Once they come to the media expanded. The president gets to hear it. He sent his team to investigate. And once the finding comes, the president dismisses. And now we are moving to the next phase now. People are saying, President Boakai, you are dismissing, you are suspending, and you are prosecuting. We want you to finish it. Go to the next phase. Say you put in there over there, you are suspending them. Finish it. Take them to the next level. We want to see them in the orange jumpsuit. We want to see them in the handcuff. We want to see them paraded in the buses, so our people can take that picture and put it all around for future references and say, look, your grandfather or your father stole from the Liberian people, and this is the reason why today you have been labeled as a criminal entity. So we clear about that. When your past see it become a generational problem. So if that is labeled on your family now, your family will be very careful. Anybody now who come in public service, you say, I want to steal you because they think it will spread all to my children. But if you want to steal and you think that it will not spread on to your children, go ahead. But when you are caught, just know that we live in an age and time of information, and the internet not going anywhere any soon. 6G is already on the way. We finish with 5, you're going to 6G, and you know yourself. AI is already there. We'll tell AI, pre-remind all about this person doing this time, what happened during the time, and AI will narrate all the story. If Prophet Key can use AI, then I mean anybody else can use AI. Thank you.
It's all right. What do you make of this whole first of all, oh God, why are we still something there?
First thing first, you know, a leader with a vision will not do anything that surprises me. All right. Like I know Brother Famuleh for who he is. I know he's a man with impeccable moral standing. I know a man who loves books. So nothing a man will do about book business that will surprise me. You know what I mean? You got a man whole family that data and book business. So anything about book business, I will not be surprised coming from a family. So and that draws me to old man's Bwaka, right? You seen the Papa talking about, and it's so good that Amy, you actually brought a video where the Papa ended up with maintenance that Bro Famuleh brought up to, and you brought up to our guests tonight. So it's not about we not having institutions or we not having these things. We have them, right? But are we maintaining them? Shout out to President George Manneh. We are maybe the only shout out I'm gonna send him. I went to that, bro. I visited the Invincible Park and the other one, you know what I mean? Like, how do you call the other one? But yeah, maintenance wise, they are maintaining the area. It's clean, very pleasant. Yeah, I'm not gonna be polished. I'm not gonna be, you know what I mean? They're really cleaning that place up. All right. I even went there one time. It was closed for maintenance purposes. That is fantastic, right? So maintenance is something that I've always said consistently. If we're not maintaining what we have, we'll be needing more of these things all the time. We're in a place there, Amy, like SEPTA right here, the trolley, some of the trolley band around here since our king in the country. You know what I mean? But it's still running, especially Lan, Darby to Market Street, Center City. They've been operating because they maintain them all the time. So maintenance will last you, even us human beings. They want to data on the they want to medicine man on the player. We attest to this. If you're not maintaining your body, if you're not consistently exercise and keep yourself going, your body gonna deteriorate, right? So these are very, very important. Now, some people talking about where they got the money. Let me tell you.
That's why I wanted to.
The president talk about.
The video is saying she talked about.
The president talk about she mobilized resources.
Yes, she did.
The reason why the president said that, and their old man is trustworthy, because that's exactly what the first lady did. If anyone you follow me, I posted the first lady picture and myself, because when she came, she went to my job. She went to my job. My CEO, my president, they were all there. They welcomed the first lady. She came, she picked. Right? Because my company, we are, healthcare and all that stuff we would do. So the first lady was there. She came there, she was there, she was giving the space. She told the people what she wanted. She even had a presentation. They play on the projector. Everybody saw what the first lady wanted. So I'm not surprised that she was able to refurbish this facility that that we just saw? Absolutely not. You know what I'm saying? So people that are talking about, oh, and besides, the first lady have her own office, and I'm pretty sure she get her own funding. She probably not getting $5 million like the other first lady were getting, but that'll be another conversation for another day. But at least we know the first lady were in America yet. Yeah.
So I can't get a video up. Can I play the audio? So
yeah, so let me get on this. So basically, I can tell you some of the areas, some of the places that the first lady went to and pitched for resources and obviously contribution to do what she did. She came to my job. I can post that picture tomorrow again. We can have that here, you know, a presentation and everything like that. So this is what we're talking about. And the fact that the old man also traveled with, I don't know, the governor or whatever at the African Bank, you know, to have that young man there too, who is now pouring in 16 million US dollars.
What is it? Entrepreneur what?
For youth entrepreneurship. You know what I mean? Budget that are going there to empower young people. So people that got businesses, right? Make sure at this time, I'm just giving you I'm putting you guys on a game right now. If you have a business right now, go and register that business. Go and register your business right now as we speak. Because that money, it wouldn't be given to people that have business registered. So if you're selling something on Sunny on Relay, you know, you think you just go there and get you something, no, right? Because a macro loan they will be giving you, right? And in many cases, these are loans that you don't even have to pay back. Let me lower my voice to say that, but I'm just giving you a game right now, right? Because it's an up and coming something. So the people giving is a high risk loan they're giving you right now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So get up tomorrow morning, go to the business registry bureau, register a business. All right. I just put you on Gimo.
So let's listen to the audio of the first lady's speech. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get it up.
Well, that is why I said, so we repeat that what it is, that I get harder, and we get over here fast. His Excellency Joseph Jimabuaka Sr., President of the Republic of Nigeria, the second lady of the Republic of Nigeria, the Superintendent of Gwaming County, honorable ministers, other government officials, practitioner leaders and elders, distinguished guests, our esteemed donors and partners, our special guests like Adita Adesina, President of the African Development Bank, who is our brother and our friend in the One Guys, the general people of Gwaming County, members of the fourth estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Today, my heart more close to granite. What we are witnessing is beyond the renovation of a building. It is a restoration of hope, dignity, and care for an entire people. People in Gwaming, people in Babolu, people in Kipman, and people in Lower Monterey. What wants to hear was a shell of what we have been a sanctuary for healing. But today, together, we have transformed it into a state of the art medical facility for people who deserve nothing less. When I quite walking the hospital a few months ago, I went not with tears of judgment, but with the pain of a mother, a daughter of Gwaming, and a servant of the people of Nigeria. I could not stand by and watch our mothers give breast this year, all our children suffer due to a lack of care, or our health workers operate in despair. I came here and I saw the condition of this facility. The building was decaying, the walls were empty of both of life and spirit. Women in labor were delivering under unimaginable conditions. Babies who deserve warmth and care were born into shadows. They were subject men to give life, but they was barely alive. And I knew something had to be done. Let me be honest with you. There was no budget. There were no official funds allocated for this, but I had faith, determination, and a mission. So I began with my own personal analysis, calling on heaven for strength and our partners and friends call for hope. And today, we stand on the other side of that miracle. To the Honorable Minister of Health, Dr. Louis Bodo, and our very own country health official, Dr. David, thank you. Your leadership, technical support, and presence throughout this process have been deeply felt and sincerely appreciated. This journey would not have been complete without your institutional backing. Your team's commitment and your vision for a stronger, more equitable health system across our nation. I must also take this moment to extend my deepest appreciation to my staff, wherever you are, just wave to me, my staff. You are the quiet architects behind the scenes, traveling back and forth with me to Kwame, bearing the long hours and hard conversation, praying when I prayed, believing when it seemed impossible. Your dedication, loyalty, and belief in this vision and in the God who orders our steps have made this day possible. They have shown what it means to serve with heart and purpose, and I thank you. What you are about to witness as you walk through this facility is nothing short of transformational. We have one fully renovated and furnished a maternity wall from the floor to the walls and the ceilings to repair and replace the entire hospital rooms, ensuring safety and sanitation. 3, reconstructed the inner and backyards, bringing dignity and accessibility to the premises. 4, constructing an emergency access road to the maternity wall so that no mother has to struggle to get the care she urgently needs. 5, we have established a fully functioning triage unit with 4 additional isolated self-contained rooms and storage. Through the generosity, and technical commitment of the Mountain Mining Corporation, who also supplied hospital equipment from oxygen concentrators to patient beds, monitors, air conditioners, and so much. To all who answered this call, from individuals to institutions, thank you sincerely.
So I think that's enough, Ture.
Yeah, I think
we got enough from that. She talked about B Mountain contributing and they're giving some beds and air conditioner and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, so there's no way that first lady said that, you know, this was her, she did it, or, you know, like I heard out there today. Yeah. She's actually laying out and she said, you know, people who donated to this project. But I was hearing the opposite today. So I thought that was important to play, right? And there's another argument out there, like they said she put her name on this. Putting your name on a hospital is different from saying who renovated it. Don't you think, Ture?
You know, there's a brother on social media, they call him what's the brother name, man? because I really want to put him on blast. He lives in Atlanta. Anyway, I'll because there's the thing. He criticized Boakai, President Boakai, for his name being mentioned with the like putting your name on a placard or at least on a symbol does not in any way gives you total authority of that institution being named after you.
They are missing it,
right? It was a project funded under the administration of President Boakai. All of the breaches right now, all the breaches that are being renovated in America, including in every corner right now, right? Former President Joe Biden's name is on it. You know what I mean? That does not mean after the completion of those breaches, all the breaches, his name will be there, Joe Biden breach. That's not what it is, my people. Funded, under the legislative power of President blah, 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 or the president blah, 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 blah. That's what it is. It's not like, every project he conducts, his name is on it. Every project that's being enrolled under his administration, he needs to be on it. That's not what it is. Okay? And people are so smart now for you to be able to run with that cheap propaganda.
I don't get it. Like,
people are so sophisticated. Librarians are not like librarians of old, right? Yeah. They see through every lie. They see through every manipulation.
Every propaganda.
They see through every cheap propaganda that people are out there to actually feel. The worst thing that will ever happen to President, former President George Manneh, we have supporters or at least people that are being indoctrinated by the CDC, is the fact that they cannot sleep.
They're looking for every
level of development, the level of professionalism, the level of smooth transitioning into what is now becoming normal of doing good, right? There is nothing like, we not take pay. There's nothing like, gas price. There's nothing like, we ain't get rice. Everything is being done accordingly. And when you do that, look at every institution right now, Amy. Look across government. Because people, if you put the right leaders in position, Amy, everybody will capitulate to that leader's demand and expectations. And even with your children, have you been like somewhere where if the children start looking at their watch or their phone to know when mommy coming home, so that they can start cleaning their dishes and who's supposed to do what chores and all of that stuff before mom come home? Because they understand the expectation that when mom come, if dishes are not done, that problem. If the living room is not set up, that problem. If dinner is not being prepared and situated, that problem. So man, Boakai have set that standard. He don't need to go to MTA to know what are the people doing their job. He don't need to go to Fagon, you know what I mean? LBS to know what a job is being done. He don't need to go to commerce or go to water and sewer to know what Mo Ali is doing his job, because people know what President Boakai demands, and they also understand what the president expects. So anything short-balling expectation will not be accepted, and they know that. And when people know that, is that the energy you're projecting to your subordinates in terms of people you have hired to do certain piece of job? When they know these things, Amy, they will move to do the job, even if you're not there. And that's what we're seeing in Liberia. Everybody doing their own.
Yeah. So this is what, when I heard this thing today, I was kind of confused. I'm like, is there renovation there by? It did not say, this lady did not change this hospital name to her name. all President Boycott did not change their school name to his name. And I think in Liberia, like you said, presidents put their name on stuff like that for like what souvenirs, you got say future or something. You have some kind of plaque something there, right? Mm-hmm. That those people's name are written on it. Whoever built that school, whoever built that church, whoever, these are things that happen. This is not the same as we are giving people bringing COVID something and he putting his picture on the bucket and name on the bucket and giving it out. It's not the same. Mm-hmm. So why are you trying so hard to look for bad news into something that is not bad? Looking for all the loophole, and you have that propaganda and mouthpiece there. Think the louder you talk, the more you say it, then that means something like it will make it true or anything like that. No, it won't. Because you're sounding stupid right now to sit there and say that somebody saying that renovated by the first lady means that she putting her name on the hospital. Something wrong with you? Like, seriously? Sometimes I just, when I see these things, I just get sick to my stomach because, it's sad that you would be looking for bad news. That's all you want to hear about your country. Just because of political party or just because of political leader or just because somebody you don't like or you are falling off something with them. This is your country, right? And you say you're fair, you're honest, you're this, you're that. Spare me all that fleet fly flow. Like George came on here yesterday calling himself honest. And realist, like way far from the truth, right? That is so sad. And like you said, Liberia today is not Liberia of the old. And I'm so glad that the deputy minister told us, like, Liberians are taking care of their own stuff now. We passed that time. Everybody keep focusing on it, and everybody keep pounding on this. The maintenance. When you do this in Liberia, Liberians are not. They always think that the government should do everything. The government has provided MTOs. Okay, the government is supposed to be fully responsible for keeping it clean, for making it. No, you are the one using that bus, those buses. You are the one who are responsible. When you get in there, you eat banana, you throw it on the floor, you leave it on the last chair. Guess what? You did that. When the government spends on doing that to somebody, there's extra money they're spending to do all of that. And then what? They will put your transportation up. And then what? You will complain that they added $5 over $50 and not $55. They have to pay people to clean to do those things. What do you think is free? They have to put gas in there. And people need to know this, right? So I'm glad that the president hit that last, and I'm glad that the minister said that they are, the deputy minister said that the Liberians are, pivoting from it, and that's a good thing to hear, but. Anyway, that's I think we'll do the Senate referendum thing, or what is it called? Not referendum, but the reform. The bill they're trying to reform. The reform they're trying to make for the statute of limitation on that corruption stuff. I think we'll do it tomorrow because it's kind of late now. I think we're going like 2 hours now, so we'll just try to close up and do that and on that tomorrow and do that tomorrow. We'll just end on this now. It's kind of late in Liberia too.
Yeah,
so
it's super late. It's almost
so if you want to do your closing, that we'll just close up and just go now.
Yeah, absolutely. This, obviously we can't thank you enough to Deputy Minister
Toga Melvin Cephas
for granting us, our first guest, correct? At least from
from government,
since so that's a huge deal, congratulations to us, and I think you did a fantastic job, Amy.
Thanks to Thomas.
Right. So obviously, we are very grateful for that. And he really, I'm amazed that a man who was educated in Liberia, did everything in Liberia, can come on a platform.
He got his hair right on his shoulder.
And articulate well. It's not like talking about refusing a job, just for the sake of going to improve himself.
And better himself.
There's the thing.
Or a bigger, bigger pie.
Yeah, exactly.
Pie, or a bigger piece to
right. Because at the end of the day, man, there's no incentives in the future for a man who decide to just subject him or herself to receiving $300 Liberian dollars. I mean, where are they going to take you? And I like the way he was able to really, really dissect that whole thing around that. So if you are just a single man moving around Liberia, there's someone paying you $50 a month, right? I mean, even if you're paying $15 on rent, that can definitely, you know what I mean? That can go a long way. But now when he started to talk about you find yourself a girlfriend, and you got yourself a kid, now a kid becomes 2, then you found to see now that money is not even enough for you, and now what are you gonna do? So right there, I just want to cut that little piece right there because he said a lot of things, right? But not only did he come here to really, talk about what they're about and what that entity is going to do, and all of their deliverables and what the public should expect of them. But he also dropped some wisdom. He dropped some games, like really life-changing type of game for young people, right? This is a guy, he was there. It's not like he's American educated or Ghana educated or anything like that. This is a guy right? And I don't even think he can be like, I don't even think he's in the right position. Because I really think this guy, he can be a very good mouthpiece to any major like entity, like literally talking about just the basic functionality of that entity, because from start to end, this guy going in the future, you know what I mean, about what to expect in the future. That's how inclined, that's how in tune he is with his job and his profession. And you can tell from someone like his type, leaving work at 9 o'clock. How many people leave work at 9 o'clock in Liberia?
He was, when he was almost, when we got on the phone with him, he was like, it's almost 10. What time the show starts?
I mean, bro, I was in Liberia. Some of the offices are closed by noon. 100% judgment. Some of the offices are closed by noon. People leaving to go chill. But you're talking about young man here, you know what I'm saying? Like, leaving office at 9 p.m. Liberia time. That tells you the competition in the country is high. It tells you that if you don't produce this, government would, President Bouaka will make decision and move you. That's why people are taking that job seriously now. It's not like nobody is covered by some kind of kind of protection. No, you are going to be protected by your product.
You are covered by the barracks.
You know what I mean? Exactly. You are not being protected because you scream the loudest. You're not being protected because you talk nonsense the most. You are being protected based on productivity. You know what I'm saying? What you bring to the table. Speaking of bringing something to the table, if you're not bringing something substantive to the table, guess what? Bouaka, you're not going to eat on Bouaka table. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'll stop there because if I continue renting, I'll continue renting on it tomorrow morning.
Preach on.
It was a great show, a fantastic show. I love it, and thank you for heading the you know what I mean, the show. Nobody does it better than Amy.
No, stop it. But anyway, thank you guys for coming out. The real MVPs are our viewers, right?
Of course, yes.
Our commenters, our viewers, they're here to listen. We're doing it. If they're not here, will not be coming here every day. So thank you to Thomas Kumin. Thomas is behind the scene. He working behind the scene. He instrumented this whole, hooked up with Deputy Minister Cephas. So thank you so much, Thomas. And we were supposed to get Noah's out Gibson, but we couldn't get him. So next time we might get Noah and other people as well. But thank you so much. Thank you guys for coming on and watching us and staying up with us this late. People who are in Liberia. Tommy Jr., you're here with me. You okay? It's just 10 o'clock. I don't know where you at though, but I think it's 11 o'clock to break. Tommy is okay.
Yes.
Oh, my roots on
11 right now.
Guys. Keep my roots on Edwin in your prayers. We wish him a speedy recovery, and soon, God's willing, he would be home. And thank you for being here too, Maru. Ruth, go. Can you go up, Thomas? Tommy Jr., thank you so much for being here. Time for the highlights of the night. Maru, thank you for being here. Let me see, Thomas. And who else? Today. Maru. Who else we got today? Why mine's not working? Ma Willette, thank you for being here. Who? And then we had Johnson Wilson. Thank you.
So Amy CEO now. I didn't know Amy was CEO.
Who got me CEO? Who
When I see the comment you post that, my roof. Or you're posting it, you read it what you posted.
I just posted an email. My roof don't put me in trouble, yo.
CEO Amy. Thomas, what's up, my guy? Yeah, Thomas, thank you, Thomas. Thomas, yeah, I was struggling with PHP. One of the best part. I mean, I play basketball on our court. The only thing I can say about it, I mean, summertime, if it's really getting like
being here for sure.
You know, it gets a little slippery on the court because of from the ocean. Like, you know, it gets little slippery, but fantastic area. I love playing basketball there.
Illegal.
CEO, let me go back to that comment. Where you running away from? The CEO team was stuck on you now. That's why I said CEO already.
Thank you.
Paralegal political gossip. Hey man, I'm gonna need that.
Paralegal political gossip. Wilson ran away because he couldn't stand a good presentation. Lynn, like, what? Where are you? Don't be leaving early, Lynn. Thank you guys. Thank you all. And the one, like I said, all of you who are not commenting, who we cannot see, who names we cannot see, we say thank you as well for joining us. And with that, we say good night and see you tomorrow, God's willing. And keep sharing the show. Keep sharing. And please subscribe to our YouTube. Follow us on Facebook, right? Liberia Watch News. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here with us. Good night.